I'm Kichline. I am the chair of the Chester County Board of Commissioners, and I welcome you all and thank you for joining us on this brisk March afternoon. I do remember well the event that we held in Gateway Park back in September of 2015 and how hot it was. And now we're in the cold. So we must take note that our next few gatherings here in Coatesville should be held in the more temperate months of May and October. And I say next gatherings because it is our intention at the county to continue to support this city in its plans for redevelopment. We are going to be building up and strengthening the neighborhoods and the retail and business communities alongside City Council, the RDA, and the many nonprofits, churches, and communities and organizations that are passionate about Coatesville's future. So why are we gathering today? And why are we here at the site of the new Coatesville train station? Because together with Jeff Knueppel, SEPTA's general manager, we have some exciting news to share. Before I go any further, I'd like to recognize the elected officials that are here today. I believe State Senator Andy Dinniman was supposed to be here. Let's see, his representative is walking in. State Representative Dan Williams from the 74th District. My good friend, former State Representative Harry Lewis. Dan, Andy, and of course Harry, on behalf of the county, I want to thank you for the tremendous support you have given and will continue to give in building up the Coatesville community. And we look forward to carrying on the partnership with you on many projects here in Coatesville. Also here today is Linda Lavender-Norris. She's the president of the City Council, and we have a number of council members here. Carmen Green, Villa Hunt, Deborah Bookman, Ed Simpson, Don Folks, Khadija Alamin, and to all of you, I confirm Chester County's commitment to work with you and provide county resources, programs, and services for the residents of Coatesville. And I understand that Linda will be saying a few words later on behalf of State Representative Tim Hennessy, who serves as the chairman of the House Transportation Committee. And I'd also like to thank Jeff Knueppel and our SEPTA board members and staff for joining us today. Jeff, I will hand the podium over to you for the first key announcement.
Okay. Thank you, Commissioner Kichline. So what's the news? Yes. We're coming back. Yes. Today we are pleased to announce future plans to restore SEPTA service to Coatesville Station. The SEPTA line last delivered passengers to Coatesville in 1996. I am pleased to be joined by SEPTA board members from Chester County, Kevin Johnson and Skip Bryan. They're over here. This historic city, first built on Pennsylvania steel industry's might, is experiencing quite a rebirth. Coatesville's population is up 20% since just 2000. Meanwhile, Chester County is one of the fastest growing counties in all of Pennsylvania, nearly doubling its population since 1970. Given this growth, we believe the time is right to take a fresh look at SEPTA service here. Since Act 89, a transformative funding package passed in 2013 by the Pennsylvania State Legislature, SEPTA has been working with PennDOT on improvements to benefit customers along the Keystone Corridor. The investments that Chester County, the City of Coatesville, and PennDOT are making will help to facilitate future SEPTA service. The pieces of this puzzle are coming together, and SEPTA is working with our partners to determine the timing of the various capital improvements, station reconstruction, delivery of multi-level rail cars, and necessary track work to extend SEPTA service to Coatesville. For SEPTA, state funding helped to advance the purchase of 15 new locomotives, 45 new multi-level rail cars, the expansion of Fraser Yard here in Chester County to maintain the larger fleet, as well as station renovations at Paoli and Exton. The new multi-level rail cars are all expected to be delivered by 2022 and will provide the needed capacity to extend rail service. Restored service to Coatesville will have a positive impact for this region. Already, SEPTA has a $174 million annual economic impact on Chester County, supporting 1,300 jobs and $72 million in worker earnings. SEPTA also supports $1.9 billion in home values across Chester County, an average of $10,300 per home from people's willingness to pay more to live near SEPTA stations along the Paoli-Thorndale line. We're going to have to change that name. When SEPTA service is restored, these benefits will accrue to Coatesville as well, and not just from the transportation investment itself, but also from Chester County's impressive planning efforts to leverage it. Landscapes 3, the county's recently adopted long-range plan, is a visionary roadmap for continued revitalization of urban centers like Coatesville through transit-oriented development. It is this sort of forward-looking approach that will ensure Coatesville and Chester County reap the rewards of transportation investments for generations to come. In closing, I would like to thank the Chester County Commissioners for their leadership and the other local and state officials who are helping to move this project forward. So once again, we're coming back. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jeff, and I think that announcement deserves another round of applause. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Commissioner Kathy Cazone, and my thanks go to you, Jeff, to SEPTA's board members, all of the people at SEPTA who we know will be working with us, the City of Coatesville, PennDOT, our state elected officials, and everyone else who will be involved to make this happen. Each train coming into the new station will bring with it developments and businesses offering more jobs and more opportunities. And each train leaving the new station will give access to regional jobs and greater economic opportunities for those living in Coatesville. A restored regional rail service, which I still call the R5, I still can't call it Paoli-Thorndale, so let's think about that name change. But a restored regional rail service will go a long way in restoring Coatesville's strength. From the very beginning, Chester County financially supported the acquisition and clearance of this site for the station. We used funds to buy Fleetwood Street properties and areas between 3rd and 4th Avenues, and we've not given up since, and that is why we're here today. With support from PennDOT, the initial phase of the train station, the 3rd Avenue Streetscape project is almost finished, so on to the next phase. Yes, a new train station and SEPTA service to and from Coatesville will boost economic opportunities within the city and for the people of the city. But there are so many other things happening in Coatesville that continue to move it in the right direction. For our part, we are focused on encouraging growth in the county's urban centers to reduce pressure for sprawling development and help protect our open spaces. So we will continue to support the tremendous work of local nonprofits like the Coatesville Second Century Alliance, the Chester County OIC, Good Works, the Brandywine Health Foundation, Coatesville Kids to College, Chess Pen, the Coatesville Center for Community Health, the Coatesville Youth Initiative, the Senior Center, the Coatesville Library, and the churches, and many other organizations that are the true base of this community. We will continue to fund infrastructure, the foundation for physical growth, which is evident in the 1st Avenue and Lincoln Highway intersection work that is just beginning. We will continue to work with the city and the state to provide real opportunities to buy affordable, new, and renovated homes in Coatesville. And we will keep on funding career and job fairs, education and training programs, and employment programs like Career Corps for young adults. All of this, to use a train analogy, keeping Coatesville on the right track toward a strong and thriving future. I will now hand the podium over to Commissioner Terence Farrell. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Commissioner Terence Farrell, and I thank all of you for being here today. Last October, the three of us, Michelle, Kathy, and I, sent a letter to Jeff Knueppel explaining that our highest priority for public transportation expansion was to see regional rail service restored to the City of Coatesville. We laid out our reasons why this was an easy ask. Coatesville is on an active passenger rail line and is just one stop west of Thorndale. PennDOT has pledged to build a new station here. A DVRPC technical memorandum showed that ridership from Coatesville would be adequate to support service. And we knew that SEPTA would be receiving new rolling stock in the next years. But above all, we know that Coatesville deserves a SEPTA service. Jeff, I thank you and the SEPTA board for taking our request seriously. And I thank you for braving the cold weather here today to make the public announcement. As Kathy mentioned, a restored regional rail service will go a long way in restoring Coatesville's strength. SEPTA's decision to extend service to Coatesville, combined with Coatesville's designation as an opportunity zone, significantly increases the incentive for investors and developers to come to Coatesville. It gives Coatesville a competitive advantage. So, encouraged by SEPTA's commitment to come back to Coatesville, and based on the fact that we, the county, have been here since the beginning and truly want to move on to the next phase of the train station development, I am pleased to announce today that Chester County is awarding a further $1 million in community revitalization program funds to the City of Coatesville. This is meant to kickstart the parking garage project that is part of the train station development. SEPTA's commitment to restore the regional train service hinges on the completion of the new train station complex. The county's check for $1 million shows that we are very serious about getting this project started. And we now turn to other partners, including PennDOT, for a firm date for completion of the train station. It is what Coatesville community deserves.
Good afternoon again, and welcome. On behalf of my colleagues, the rest of my council members, specifically to Coatesville and identifiably to our third ward where Mrs. Arvella Hunt is the ward representative, we thank you and for coming out, and we welcome you here. I just understand that successful redevelopment is about more than buildings. It's more about relationships, cooperation, and partnerships. So I just want to take the opportunity to thank you all for partnering with us, establishing our relationships, and building and moving our city forward. It's our pleasure to accept SEPTA back in town again. It's been a long time. Like Mr. Knueppel said, it was 96 when the last SEPTA train stopped in Coatesville. It was our ribbon cutting a couple of weeks ago that came right after a snowstorm. Cold outside, freezing. God saw fit to give us a wonderful day. And then here we are again today. Yesterday was unbearably cold. But again, God saw fit to give us a better day, to come out and celebrate the accomplishments of us, not just council, not just county, not just commissioners or state, us as a whole, partnership, family together. And again, I thank you all. I appreciate you all And I just look forward to our next step together as friends, family members, and a community. We'll be better together. Thanks again and welcome. And State Representative Williams. Excuse me, I get it mixed up. He's my pastor, but he's also my state rep. So I'm just grateful all the time. So it's natural that pastor rolls off my tongue. However, he's here in the state rep capacity, and I want to welcome you. Thank you to our first open meeting of this nature, and we look forward to our relationship growing. Thanks for my.
Chester County has many partners, public and private, within Coatesville, and we are now working together for the good of the entire region. A smart move on our part was our partnership with Coatesville Second Century Alliance and the appointment of Sonia Hunsinger as an Economic Development Administrator for Coatesville. Sonny, thank you for your commitment to the city and the great work that you and the others are doing. Partnerships are paramount for the growth and development of Coatesville, and we are very pleased to be part of that. What I see is a movement where we are all working together in a direction that is revitalizing Coatesville. And that, importantly, is enabling residents and businesses of the city to take advantage of the revitalization. So thank you all for coming today. It really is an extraordinary day.